5, 6. Who's missing? There we are. All right. So what we did, we were going to wrap chocolate around the outside of this cake. Now, if we were going to do this the right way, we should temper the chocolate, but we're not going to temper the chocolate because we're just going to do it, and we're going to cut it in 5 minutes later anyway. But if you wanted to hold this, it would be better if you actually tempered the chocolate. But you know, if you're not going to hold it for that long, it's okay. You can do it this way. So what I did was I measured how tall the cake was with a ruler, and I measured that on here plus half an inch. So this is how tall the cake is plus half an inch or more. So the trellis will stick up over the top of the cake. And then what I did, so I took a string and I wrapped it around the cake and I measured the circumference. And then I laid that out on here. It was obviously not the whole string. I marked that off, so I know that this thing will wrap around the whole cake. All right? So now what we're going to do is we are going to make a chocolate design on here. You can do just about anything you want. We're going to do kind of a circly pattern. It's abstract. The thing, you can't be real delicate about it because it's just, the chocolate will break. So the lines have to be somewhat thick. Also, everything has to be connected or the whole thing's going to fall apart again when you try to wrap this thing around the cake. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at one end, and you're going to grab the other one. Okay? And let me show you first what I'm going to do, and then we're going to meet in the middle. We have to fill this whole thing in, all right? But we don't want it solid chocolate. I mean, that's another way of doing it, is you can actually take an acetate and smooth chocolate on it, wrap it around the cake, and peel it off, and you can cover the whole cake in chocolate that way. But we're doing something a little less intricate than that. So what I'm going to do is just squiggly lines like that all over. You should do the same thing, but you got to fill in. Try to go, yeah. And we try not to make it look like two different people did it when we meet in the middle.
So far, not so good.
Well, we're doing fine.
Go in circles.
Yeah, just, you know, kind of crazy. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this, and Chelsea's going to go freeze in the freezer for not very long. Let me finish it. This will actually, if we just left it out at room temperature, it would solidify enough. We have to have it solidify enough that it will stay on the cake, but not so much that it'll crack when we wrap it. So it's still got to be somewhat soft. So you're going to pick this thing up, one hand at each end, and somebody go with her.
Hold on.
Open the freezer, put it on the floor of the freezer. So we just wrap it, and then gently, very carefully.
Wow. What do you think?
It doesn't matter, whatever works. And if it's dripping at all, then stop and you can stick it back in the fridge and let it solidify a little more. It's working pretty well. So, pretty easy to get a spectacular presentation. Whoops, it dripped a little bit there.
Was that just melted chocolate?
That was just melted chocolate.
Let the cover what? Cover cover?
No,
No?
just regular old chocolate.
Time's ripping, so
Okay.
Is that paper greased at all? You get it come off?
Nope. That's okay. It's the kind of thing that it's not gonna, there's no right or wrong to it if it's about, if it rips a little. There. Okay.
Where's
All right.
the closing?